stands were really packed that night, actually. So that was the support, man. That was good to see.
Speaking of support, I think the students almost broke one side. Jesse was telling them to even out because they were jumping up and down to the point where the stands were starting to bend.
Yeah, it was craziness. That gym hasn't been that loud in a while, so that was cool. That was good to see. Enough to give you, make the hair on the back of your neck stand up, give you the chills a little bit. That was good. No, it was cool.
So
it was cool. Good for the guys. Yeah.
First half, it seemed like a really aggressive, high-energy game, and wondering which team was going to last longer. They held a bit of a lead after the streak, but your team came out and went on a huge run to start the second half. What sparked that second half run to get back into the game?
They just decided they wanted it more. I mean, really. We made some adjustments at halftime, coaches and I, which was huge. We put them we had played man all the first half, and they were getting some good looks, and we weren't able to figure it out. So I thought we'll switch it up and go in a zone. And they came down, and they weren't getting the looks that they had gotten before, and kind of screwed them up. Missed shot, rebound, come down, score. Steal, come down, score. Missed shot, come down, score. Missed shot, turnover, come down. So I mean, it just was, it was basketball's a game of runs, and that caught us back up. We weren't completely out of it, but yeah, they were way higher energy in the first half. I kind of got on the boys a little bit in there, and then made adjustments, and then they come out, and as soon as you start going on a run like that, now you're going to have energy naturally. It kind of stalled for a while, but I think we outscored them 15-5 in the third, which took us, right there, tie ball game-ish. And then the fourth, they kind of started getting some looks, and we started missing some shots. And Landon just hit a monster shot at the end, to tie it, and then just took care of business in the overtime.
Well, we know we know that Landon is a known commodity in terms of his outside shooting ability. The other team knew all too well, too. You could hear even in the first half during timeouts, their coach was screaming, "You got to get on number 11 and stop him at all costs."
Right, yeah.
When it's coming down to the end, you're down by 3. You kind of know Landon's going to have the ball at the end there.
And there's 17 seconds, and I call a timeout, and we set up a half-court play, and really it was for Landon, absolutely. And boom, we get it inbounded, and it's kind of hung up, and I should have called a timeout right there. It got hung up pretty good, and I should have made a play to get it inbounds a little better, but I didn't, and he passed it to David, and the initial first pass was to get it to Cody on the offside elbow, and so that's what was in David's head, and he just skipped it over there, and they just picked it right off. And we were down 2 at that point, I think.
You were down 3, but they missed the free throw.
Missed the free throw. Derek, monster board, kicks it down. I think there's 9 seconds. Kicks it down. Landon comes off the top of the key and just,
when everyone in the gym knows the ball is going to him, too, to have that kind of composure.
It was probably a little bit of a lucky shot, but he banked it in, and the crowd just went wild. In 2 seconds, buzzer beats, and we're in overtime. I mean that's
how many times do you practice that in a driveway?
Right, and so no, it's good for him, and that's awesome. And then for us to come back, and after a pretty stagnant, I think it was 11-11 in the fourth quarter, and we just couldn't get nothing going. And to come out and get a defensive stop and rattle off a point right off the bat, and then get a foul and it was a 3-point play right off the bat. Cody gets fouled and makes it, and then makes his free throw, and then just to get a 5-point lead and then a 7-point lead back down to 5, and just kind of just keep ahead, and then possess the ball in the end there when they're trying to foul. Yeah, that's just good basketball right there. And once again, credit to the guys. I mean, it seems like whenever we get in a tight game like that, their heart this year is just way up, it's over the top.
Well, I know this year we've talked a lot about the mental side of the game being a major focus, and it seemed like this was the first game all year where from about maybe 30 seconds left down, you could tell Modoc got frustrated, especially in overtime. They lost their composure. Your guys kept it together, and it was the difference in being able to attack the rim, get to the free throw line. It was clear that the mental game in overtime was won by Lakeview.
Well, yeah, and you know, this goes back to earlier in the season. We play Lapine, same situation. We come back 7 points in the fourth quarter and hit basically a buzzer beater, little 10-footer, 12-footer, and put us into overtime with Lapine. And we pulled the exact same thing that Modoc did tonight. We didn't score one bucket, and they scored. I think they rallied back and scored like 14 on us after the foul stuff, you know, at the end. And so we had a pretty bad taste in our mouth on this overtime stuff already. You know, we knew what it was about, and we kind of talked about that a little bit. And then we just come out, and obviously the boys don't like that taste in their mouths because they come out and executed, you know, in the overtime. And definitely the mental game was there. And another thought on that too is Burns. We just played Burns here on when was that? Saturday. And you know, as far as like coming out of half, we were down 5 against Burns. We were down 10 tonight. And I really told him, I said, you know, after the game, I said, you know, we come out against Burns and do the same thing. We're looking at competing with Burns as well, but we didn't. And we talked about that tonight. And so when they come out and made that adjustment at halftime, that shows to me that they're listening and a little spark's being lit. And they're saying, hey, you know what? We can do this. And, you know, our coaches got our back, and everybody else on our team's got our back, and this crowd's got our back, and we can do this. And there's lots of time. And boom, you know, they believed in it, and, you know, it came true for them, which is awesome. So, and it helps to have that crowd. But we had the crowd at Burns, too. We just couldn't get it going.
Yeah.
You know, that's just how it goes. But
well, it seemed like tonight a lot of the little things came together really well. Great overall team effort. Of course, Landon's shot at the end stands out. Cody, especially in the first half, had a tremendous game. Derek was great on the boards, but a lot of the little tiny things, boxing out and playing strong defense.
Absolutely.
This seemed like a complete performance, and we haven't necessarily seen a complete performance top to bottom.
Yeah, and
very
you know,
often.
they did a lot of really good things tonight. A lot of little stuff, a lot of fundamentals, a lot of execution on that stuff, but there's always stuff we do wrong,
yeah.
you know, always. But no, there was. And, you know, after the game, I'm like, you know, it doesn't come down to one play. Like, Landon hit a big shot, you know. What happened the other, you know, 31 minutes and 58 seconds, you know what I mean? I mean, there had to be something there. And, you know, it comes down to rebounding. David, rebounds huge tonight for us. Third biggest guy. You know, you got Cody and Derek, who are bigger than him. Down low already. I wouldn't be surprised if David, I haven't looked at the numbers, but I wouldn't be surprised if David probably out-rebounded him or was right there with him. Mm-hmm. That's huge, you know. Pretty even scoring across the board. I think Cody had a high 18. I think Landon had 10, and we had 8 and 9, and I think David had 14 for us, which, you know, that's big. You know, when you can spread it out like that, mm-hmm. You know, if someone has an off night, like Landon, you know, we were finding the ball, they were guarding him really well, and someone's got to step up and make some shots, you know. And then, of course, Landon hits the big shot at the end, which is awesome. So, but yeah, definitely overall performance was a lot better, you know. And we work on it in practice all the time. I mean, we work on that stuff that you don't notice. In the stands, people notice scoring and then getting scored on. I mean, that's obviously not what basketball is at all. I mean, it definitely, if you can keep them from scoring and we score, I mean, obviously that's basketball, but there's so much of that little stuff that you're talking about that needs to be completed before the scoring or non-scoring takes place.
Right.
So, you know, that's huge. And just getting them to buy into all that stuff and the mental aspect, you know, that's probably what is taking us, you know, further in these tight games and helping us to succeed more so in this season than probably last season, you know. I mean,